Dear student, to our new YouTube channel Magical Pharma World. In this channel, we will mainly deal with the different pharma related concepts which will be useful in your career. So, in this class, I am going to deal with the complete concept of cell, which will be useful in your HAP or Human Anatomy and Physiology subject. So, I am dealing with the cell, or first I am writing about the cell. So, what is this cell? In different classes we will complete different subjects, but today we will learn only the Human Anatomy and Physiology section. So, I am writing, or may I make the heading, or making the heading cell. So, what is this cell? What is this cell? So, during a construction process, bricks are the major units. Similarly, the building blocks of any living organism is the cell. So, cells are considered as the structural and functional unit of any living organism. That means, if we will consider the human being or any other animal or plant, the basic structure due to which a organism develops is called as cell. You can understand in other sense that we are developed from a single cell, that is the zygote, which are produced due to fusion of two haploid cells, and the diploid cell, we are diploid organism in which why diploid? Because diploid means the chromosomes are present in pair form. So, we can say that we are developed from a single cell through different physiological process, that is the single cell is zygote. So, we can say the structural and functional unit of any living organism are the zygote, or in this case the structural and functional unit of any organism is considered as the cell. So, cell we can say or define as the structural and functional unit of a living organism, of a living organism. Structural and functional unit of a living organism is considered as the cell. So, if you will deal with the human cell, then there will be absence of cell wall. I have told in the first part that we will mainly deal with the HAP, that means Human Anatomy and Physiology section. So, I am not explaining about the cell wall. I am directly explaining about the structure of animal cell, that means human cell. So, I am writing, drawing a structure to explain you better about the cell. In this branch, the structure should be scientifical, not artistical. If you draw the artistical diagram, it is good, but the diagram should be scientifical. That means it expresses all the portion of the cell clearly. So, I am this is the cell membrane, and I am doing this nucleus part here. I am writing the nucleus part here. So, always label in a format, that means it is the format for labeling. So, it is the cell structure of an animal cell, or you can say it is a human cell. So, the basic parts I am telling, the basic parts here. That means the external boundary or the surrounding of the cell or the protecting layer of cell is called as cell membrane. That means it is the cell membrane part. It is the cell membrane part. Cell membrane. So, if anyone asks what is cell membrane? So, cell membrane is that part of the cell which is the protecting layer or external protecting layer or outermost protecting layer of a cell, and it is composed of two components mainly, lipid and protein. Normally for human cells it is composed of lipid and protein, so it is otherwise called as lipoproteinous membrane. What I am writing here in the bottom part, lipoproteinous membrane as the basic component of cell is lipid and protein, so it is otherwise called as lipoproteinous membrane or cell membrane. And in this case, what will happen? The central part, mainly the central part of animal cell contains nucleus. It is the nucleus part. It is the nucleus part of the cell, which is the controlling, how we can define the nucleus. The controlling unit of cell is called as nucleus. It is mainly centric in position or centrally present in the cell, but sometimes it is out of the center, that means it is pericentric. Depending upon different position, cells are classified in different way, but we are not dealing with that portion in this class. We will only learning about the basic components of cell or basic parts of cell. So, cell is composed of centrally present nucleus, and the nucleus is surrounded by membrane called as nuclear membrane. It is the external boundary of nucleus. So, nuclear membrane and cell membrane, the space present between nuclear membrane and cell membrane is called as extranuclear space, and that space is occupied by a fluid called as cytoplasm. So, this is the fluid part of cell which is filled between the space between nuclear membrane and cell membrane, and that fluid part is called as cytoplasm, and the space present in between within the nuclear membrane is filled by another fluid like substance called as nucleoplasm. It is the fluid part present inside the nucleus. Similarly, the cells also contain the DNAs mainly inside the nucleus and RNA inside the cytoplasm mainly, but their synthesis process mainly occur inside the nucleoplasm, and different cell organelles also present inside the cell, which we learn in later classes slowly. So, the cytoplasm and nucleoplasm are togetherly called as protoplasm. Or I am writing here protoplasm. It is the fluid part present inside a cell. That means it includes both nucleoplasm and cytoplasm. So, due to protection of the cytoplasm by the cell membrane, so cell membrane is also called as protoplasmic membrane. As it protects the protoplasm, it is called as protoplasmic membrane. So, what are the names for cell membrane? First is cell membrane. Second, due to composition, it is called a lipoproteinous membrane. And the third term, due to protoplasm protection, it is called as protoplasmic membrane. So different terms express the different components or different components of cell. In this way, you can learn the cell components. So, what I have told is discovered by the scientist Robert Hooke, because Robert Hooke discovered the proper cell or the cell, so he is considered as the father of cytology. What is cytology? I am writing here cytology. I am writing here first cytology. Cytology means, logy means to study, logy means to study. To study on cell or cytus or cell is called as cytology. So detailed concept on cell is proposed by the scientist Robert Hooke. So he is considered as the father of cytology. So this is the major concept of cell. In the coming class, we will learn in different chapter. I am planning to conduct different classes regularly in this channel. If you like the lecture, subscribe our channel. Ask your friends to subscribe our channel. Share the channel link with your friends. If you like the lecture, hit the like button. Thank you. Visit again.